they're coming up and handing you my hotel Bibles for them to sign and take with them because I've never had to reorder Bibles, so I have to thank you for not just this one, but also when you came here and filmed the Dying of the Last Breed a few months before that.
For those that don't know, it's a gimmick we've run for years where we steal hotel Bibles on the road and then sell them at horrifically jacked up prices at the merch booth. And just my fans, the idea of having an autographed, personalized, stolen hotel Bible, yeah, we make a killing off of that with zero overhead. And I remember the first time that we played there that you were working there, someone from my crew overheard you saying or the housekeeping staff saying to you, yeah, all of the Bibles are missing from all the rooms.
I had not heard this part. This is unbelievable. We had Bibles stolen?
We had probably at least 75 Bibles stolen out of the rooms. Because I kept seeing them on the casino floor over New Year's, and when you start seeing Bibles New Year's Eve on the casino floor, I'm like, what is going on here? And then I see everybody getting them signed after the show, and you were hanging out in the lounge area with the Wonder Boogie getting signed. And one of the things that I saw was that you do spend a lot of time with your fans, especially on the events that you had here. You spend a lot of time just sitting around and BSing with them. It's amazing.
Sorry, hold on. I'm not done with the Bibles.
It's going in the contract next time.
How much did you spend on them? Why don't you call accounting and go, how much did those free Gideon's Bibles cost us?
Is there some religious undertone to the show, or why not steal the magazine? Why are we stealing Bibles?
It would be akin to if you got an autographed Bible from Marilyn Manson.
Okay. I'm going to look at that. I didn't know we were reordering Bibles in such large degrees, but okay. All right, what was your question? Sorry.
Oh, I don't know. Way off track now.
Wait, first of all, they can't possibly charge you for Bibles.
No, we just had to reorder them.
Do they give them to us for free?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. I guess you're spreading the love.
The holy word.
If I gave you my book for free, would you put it in every room?
Yes, sure. If you agree to come to a show once a month, that we can have you sign them for people so they can steal them.
Will we see you for New Year's Eve this year?
Oh, right on the spot.
Not unless there's a vaccine.
So let's talk about the vaccine and that stuff. I read a tweet by you the other day that some comedians are going to be paying less in taxes than the president. And that's because no one's getting any work right now. What's going on in your world? How's comedy going to survive? How do you see it coming back? How are you staying busy? It's a lot of questions, but talk us through what you've been up to and how you see this coming back.
I did 5 shows this year in late February, March. And I was the COVID tour. I was in Washington. I did the last shows in Seattle before they shut Seattle down. I flew the next day to Baltimore. I was literally sitting at sushi down the street from the club waiting to do the show. And the governor came on the TV behind sushi and said, yes, as of right now, no more groups of more than, I think it was 250. And I had a 400-seater already sold out. But because the announcement came so close to the show, they pretended they didn't hear it.
So you did the show?
I flew to Boston. Boston shut down as soon as my plane landed. Flew back to San Francisco. They shut down. They quarantined. What's it? Stay in place.
Shelter in place.
So I caught the next flight. I couldn't get a flight back to Tucson. That was the end of the run. So I flew to Vegas, and I got to Vegas, I think, on a Wednesday. And they shut down Thursday night. They told everyone you have to be out of the hotel tomorrow morning. So everything, it was like dominoes falling with me till I got home. So I've been home since March 20th. And I know where all my shit is in my house. For the first time in 15 years, I know what's in every cabinet.
Where are you located?
What's in Bisbee, Arizona, down on the Mexican border.
Nice.
So that's how you've been staying busy, sorting your house out and doing your podcast?
Yeah, our podcast regulars live here. So if I occasionally have a comedian come in from out of town to visit, we'll put him on, but we just do it ourselves.
For the sake of our listeners, what's the podcast called?
The Doug Stanhope Podcast.
And you're interviewing primarily other comedians?
No, it's just us talking shit most of the time.
Oh, nice.
Just hanging out. It's like going to a bar with regulars.
Yeah. Your fans must be loving it. They must be loving the insights.
It's been the hardest thing to do is because none of us do anything. So generally, if we're doing the podcast and all right, we're going to talk about what happened this week. Because generally I've been on the road or I went on vacation or I did something. And now it's been 7 months of all of us just sitting around staring at TVs and fucking off. So when it comes time to podcast, there's not a lot of new stuff to talk about.
What do you see as the comeback for comedy? Is comedy going to come back in a smaller setting? I know some other podcasts like Joe Rogan, he talks about having smaller crowds and other comedy clubs. Do you think that can work, or is it just
I haven't done any of they've been doing comedy for a while in a lot of states where they do it social distanced, which just seems it just seems like it would take all the air out of the room to have everyone masked or that's when you think about it, COVID attacks nothing worse than the comedy industry, even if you can do it, because the law is the closer people are together, the more they laugh. The more you spread them out, the more it's not fun. That's why people doing like live stand-up from their living room via Zoom, that was huge at the beginning of COVID, but it was terrible. It doesn't work.
Did you try it?
No, fuck no. I knew it wouldn't work.
Yeah. You need the energy.
Come back when it's reasonably calm and people feel comfortable. I don't want to be the catalyst for a bunch of people getting together and then they get COVID. I could do it where I felt safe.
Right.
Because I'm on stage. I'm far away from people.
You're spitting on top of them from above the stage.
Yeah, the only problem is getting there. I don't want to get on a plane. I'm high risk. You have to understand. I've been chain smoking for 40 years.
Yeah,
I'm definitely in a high risk category.
Stay where you are. Stay where you are. No, I ask because we've yesterday or the day before, the governor increased the capacity of events to 250 people. And with that, we did discuss maybe bringing back comedy sooner in terms of maybe you do 200 people or 150. You can do it safely, socially distant, if there's comedians that are up for the task. So that's why I was curious to get your opinion, why Lisa asked you about New Year's Eve.
There's a bunch out there that are working and don't give a shit. I'm going to wait it out.